Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I am Priya Venkatraman from Pon Vidyashram School. Let us have a small recap of our previous session. We have discussed about the types of fibers, natural fibers and artificial, that is synthetic fibers. We have discussed sources of natural fibers and sources of artificial fibers, types of synthetic fibers. Okay, and their uses, advantages and disadvantages of synthetic fibers. Okay, up to this we have discussed. Now I am going to discuss one small subtopic which is a well known topic for you. Okay, let it be. I'll start. When you want to buy some fruits, will you prefer a metal container to carry it? No, we will prefer either jute bags or plastic bags, right? Why we will not prefer metal containers to keep something? Yes, because the metal containers are a little heavier than jute or plastic and they get rusted. Metal containers, chances are there for rusting and they get corroded. So, we will not prefer metal containers to carry something. All the medicines, that is tablets or syrup, are kept only in plastic bottles. Have you ever noticed? Yes. Plastics are why we always use plastic bottles or plastic strips to store these tablets and medicines. Yes, plastics are non-reactive. They will not react easily with any other chemicals or any other chemicals. And plastics are light in weight. Plastics are strong and durable. So, in this session, we will discuss about the types of plastics, advantages and disadvantages of plastics, and even about plastic pollutions. Plastics are polymers which can be melted and molded into various shapes and sizes. They can be linear or cross-linked. Plastic articles are available in all forms, size and shapes. They can be recycled, melted, colored, reused and rolled into sheets or made into wires. Hence, plastics are used for various purposes. Look at this picture. You can see a cooker handle and this one is a water bottle. Okay, both of them are examples for plastics. Both the plastics are made up of the same material, or is there any differences between them? Yes. That is what we are going to discuss now. Depending upon their structure, plastics are of two types: thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics, in this case, the monomers are linearly arranged. But in the case of thermosetting plastics, the monomers are cross-linked. This is the major difference between the thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics. Plastics which can be melted and molded into any desired shape are called thermoplastics. Thermo means heat and plastic means the ability to melt and mold. Plastic means the ability to melt and mold. Okay, thermoplastics are hard at room temperature, become soft and flexible on heating, and again become rigid on cooling. So, thermoplastics are nothing but they can be melted and molded into desired shapes are known as thermoplastics. Thermoplastics can be repeatedly melted and given new shapes. For example, polyethylene, polyester, polyvinyl chloride. You can see some ash color pipe around your classroom or and even at home also you can see, that is polyvinyl chloride, PVC pipe. Okay, these are some examples of thermoplastics. And the next one is thermosetting plastic. Setting means attaining a set pattern. Setting means attaining a set pattern. Thermosetting plastics can be heated only once, and when set into a solid, when set into a solid means when set into a pattern, they are permanent as they cannot be remelted and remolded. Thermoplastics can be remelted and remolded, but thermosetting plastics, they cannot be remelted and remolded. They retain their shape and size even at high temperature. What is in the case of thermoplastics? Even when high temperature is applied, they will start to melt. But here, in this case of thermosetting plastic, they retain their shape and size even at high temperature. They will not melt easily. Bakelite, melamine and Teflon are some examples of thermosetting plastics. Properties of plastics. Plastics are non-reactive. We know that metals like iron get rusted when left exposed to moisture and air. But plastics do not react with air and water. They do not get corroded. For this reason, plastics are used to prepare medicine bottles and even the syringes, everything. The first one, polyvinyl chloride, PVC, is used for making, for example, I am telling, PVC is used for making water pipes, PVC pipes, water tanks and sanitary fittings. Okay. Instead of PVC pipe, if we use pipes made of metals, what will happen? Water will be continuously running inside the pipe, so the metal get corroded or rusted, and there gradually the metal, after rusting, chances are there for water leakages. So PVC pipes, we are using PVC pipes for our pipelines. PVC is used for making soles of shoes, the bottom portion of the shoes and sandals, even raincoats, handbags, everything. For second point, plastics are light. Thermocol is the most common example of plastic known for its lightness and rigidity. It is used for making disposable cups and packaging material for fragile items like computers, cell phones, televisions and refrigerator. Plastics are strong and durable. They can be molded into different shapes and size. Plastics are generally cheaper than metals. Thus, they are widely used in industries and for household articles. Next one, plastics are poor conductors of heat. For this reason, we use bakelite. Bakelite is used in the handles of utensils. So while cooking, the heat will be transferred by the metal, but you can touch the bakelite portion, you will not get affected by the heat. Okay, since they are poor conductors of heat. Then the next one, plastics are poor conductors of electricity. For this reason, bakelite is used for making even electrical switches and plugs. Okay, PVC is used as an insulation cover in electric wires. Then the next one, plastics are inert to chemicals. Teflon is used for making non-stick cookware, as it is a special type of plastic on which oil and water do not stick, so they will not react with chemicals. Plastics are insoluble in water. Containers such as buckets used to store water are made up of plastics. Plastics are highly inflammable. What do you mean by inflammable? Easily set on fire. Plastics burn easily to produce harmful gases which pollute our environment. Apart from all these characteristics, plastics have low price. They are cheaper in comparison to metals and are easy to handle. These are some properties of plastics. The next one is differences between thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics soften and melt on heating. Thermosetting plastic, they do not soften on heating. Next, thermoplastics can be remolded and reshaped. Thermosetting plastics cannot be remolded or reshaped. Then, thermoplastic, less brittle. What do you mean by brittle? Hard and easy to break is known as brittle. This will be hard, is to break easily. You can break easily. Less brittle. Here, more brittle. Thermosetting plastics are more brittle. Thermoplastics are soluble in some organic solvents. For example, chloroform, methanol, formaldehyde. These are some examples of organic solvents. Thermosetting plastics are insoluble in organic solvents. You would have seen the formaldehyde in your lab, in your biolab. I think so. All the specimens will be kept inside a bottle in a solution. That solution is known as formaldehyde. You would have seen, I think. Next one, thermoplastics are usually formed by addition polymerization. Polymerization, you know, a number of addition polymerization will occur here. But here thermosetting plastics are formed by condensation polymerization. Condensation polymers formed through condensation reaction, whereas molecules joined together are losing small molecules such as water. Okay, condensation polymerization. Then the next one, usually they are linear structure. They are cross-linked structure. Setting plastics are cross-linked structure. Thermoplastics are linear structure. Examples of thermoplastics, polythene, PVC, and even nylon, polyester are also examples of thermoplastics. Thermosetting plastics, bakelite, Teflon, melamine. These are some examples of thermosetting plastics. The next one is uses of thermoplastics. Thermoplastics are used to manufacture toys, combs, polybags, medicinal bottles and plastic jars, etc. These plastics are used as packing material to pack medicines, medicinal tablets, syringes, threads to stitch the wounds and a large number of other medical instruments and equipment. Plastic wrap materials are used to keep food fresh in refrigerators. PVC, polyvinyl chloride, is used to make water pipes and sanitary fittings. Water bottles and waterproof containers are made of plastics because plastics are insoluble in water. Next one, uses of thermosetting plastics. Teflon layer serves as non-stick coating in cookware due to its high melting point. Also, water and oil do not stick to it. The bottom plate of electric irons is also Teflon coated. Bakelite is a very hard and tough plastic. It finds application in making electrical switches and insulating casings as it is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. Bakelite does not become soft on getting heated. Melamine is used to make floor tiles, fire-resistant fabrics and kitchenwares. Also used in microwave ovens due to its greater ability to resist heat and fire. Then the next one is plastic pollution. Plastics are extremely versatile materials because of their innumerable uses. But some of their most desirable properties such as long life, durability and resistant to chemical and biological actions, etc. create problems when plastic goods lose their utility. This is because these plastic materials, when discarded, cannot be decomposed either chemically or biologically. Plastics are non-biodegradable, that is, they cannot be decomposed by microbes, This leads to plastic pollution in the cities where discarded plastic accumulated. The methods used for plastic disposal can pollute the environment in the following ways. Plastics thrown on land can enter into drainage lines and choke them, resulting into blockage of water flow in local areas. At times, it also results in floods. Such an instance was witnessed during floods in Mumbai in 1998. Plastics that get buried under the earth's crust prevent the rainwater to seep into the earth's surface. This in turn hampers the plant growth. Plastic waste dumped in lakes, garbage dumps, and roadsides provide homes for disease causing microbes and germs. Animals such as cows and dogs eat the food waste from the garbage dumps, and in this process, they swallow plastic based materials such as polythene bags. These polythene bags can choke their respiratory system, block the digestion process, and ultimately lead to starvation and death of these animals. The rate of burning of plastic is very slow. Also, they do not get burned completely. On burning, they release a lot of toxic gases and poisonous fumes in the atmosphere, adding to air pollution. Plastic waste dumped in water bodies result in water pollution. The marine animals die. A recent US report concluded that more than 1 lakh marine mammals die each year in the oceans due to water pollution caused by plastic waste disposal. Plastic junk is increasing daily at such an enormous rate that it has become one of the major causes of severe environmental pollution. How to counter plastic pollution? The 4R principle, reduce, reuse, recycle and recover, should be our basic mantra to counter the hazards associated with disposal of plastic wastes. Avoid using plastic bags when you go for shopping. Rather use paper or cloth bag. Keep the plastic bags dry and clean for recycling. Avoid throwing plastic wastes on the roadside or in the water bodies. Make sure to put them into the blue bin made available by the municipality. Reduce the use of plastic products as far as possible. In order to aid the recycling of plastic waste, 2 colored bins, that is green and blue, have been issued by the municipality. The biodegradable waste such as vegetables, food items and paper are thrown into the green bin, while the non-biodegradable recyclable wastes such as plastics and glasses are to be thrown into the blue bin. You must have seen the name PET at the bottom of a plastic bottle, or you have probably seen small triangles along with numbers at the bottom of the plastic bottles to identify what category of plastic a particular product belongs to. Numbers have been allotted to different types of plastics. These numbers are all about recycling. The smaller the number, the easier it would be to recycle that variety of plastic. It is the thermoplastic, it can be recycled, whereas thermosetting plastic cannot be recycled. Thank you.